Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about weird, odd tools that you see that, whether you buy them or not, everybody is different. I actually buy a lot of tools if it looks like something that could be something that would save my butt, something that would really come in handy. So I buy all these weird different tools, or tools that, hey, I think it's coming pretty soon and maybe I don't use it for a long time. An example, I bought a very long time ago. Matco had a promo paper and it was like Ecotech water pump holding tool. And I thought, okay, well, it's not that expensive. And, it must be pretty common if they have them in the sale paper. I've never seen one before. And so I bought it. It wasn't that expensive, 50 bucks maybe. And I had it for years, brand new in my toolbox. Never used it. And when I worked for this one company that had several stores, the other store called me to borrow it 3 times. Finally, the third time, I'm like, you guys need to buy one. I hadn't even used it yet. They borrowed it 3 times. So anyways, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about buying things that look like they could really come in handy, not just waiting until you need it. And I'm going to show you an example of a few tools that I've bought in the past that all came to help me out on one specific thing. And that thing is a blend door actuator. So blend door actuators can be a real bugger. I have spent my fair share of time under a dash trying to get access to an actuator, trying to figure out how I'm going to get my arms up in there. And I usually can do pretty good at it. I usually don't have much of a problem. Sometimes, you got to just go and sit down, take a break for a minute. Your arms are getting tired, whatever. But yesterday, I had a blend door actuator that absolutely just handed it to me. And I was about to just walk out. Just kidding, not going to walk out, but that's how I felt. I had this 18 ProMaster with a blend door motor, blend door actuator not working, and the directions are real vague. They just say take out steering wheel, steering column cover, and then remove left side vent cover, whatever. And then they show at the top, it's got like, it kind of goes in like this, and at the front, it looks like it's got like a clip. I'll show you from the side. Look, it's got a clip. And then the piece that slides over pops over this clip. And so you've got to somehow dislodge this clip so the part can pull back. And they just say to take it out. So it takes me a while. First of all, you pull the steering column cover out, and then you really don't have any more access than you had in the first place. So you go to this cover, and it says just pop it out. Well, there's a screw at the bottom. They don't tell you about the screw. Take the screw out, get it popped out. I spend 25 minutes trying to get it out of the car. It doesn't come out. Trying to reposition it out of the way. I finally get access to get a Phillips head little ratchet up there, and I get the actuator out. From there, I spend probably an hour or more trying to get the actuator in place so I can get a screw in it. And I'm really frustrated. I ended up taking out another cover underneath. I ended up taking out the accelerator pedal assembly. I just could not get this out. And the way, and it's a ProMaster, they've got this step hanging off the side. So I'm in the weirdest, awkward angle, and the vehicle's kind of taller. So I'm under a dash on something that's taller that it's just really awkward. So like an hour later, I go over to my cart and I just put my head down for a minute because I'm just beat up. I've got, cars piling up now. I'm in this job for way longer than it calls for, and I'm just frustrated as can be. And my coworker comes over and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I just can't get myself bent in this angle to get this thing in there. And I think I'm just frustrated and I need to take a break. And then he went over there, got into the dash, and in 5 minutes, maybe 7, popped it in place. I've done that, you know, myself, where somebody else can't get something and I walk over and I'm like, oh, look, there it is. Just, you're not frustrated, whatever. So anyways, so I've got it in place. Now I got another conundrum. I cannot get the screws to go in. I cannot get up there and get the screws in because they're screws, and so your ratchet's not going to ratchet. It's just not working. I'm really just frustrated. I'm tired of this vehicle. And so I go over and I look in my box and find something that I think I've only used one time before. And that is this TITE reach right here. Now I think there's 3 different sizes of these. This one's 3/8 drive. I think they might have a 1/4 and a 1/2, and I think they progressively get bigger, or the 1/4 might be smaller. I bought this probably a couple years ago. TITE reach. I'm pretty sure I bought it on Amazon. So this is how it comes. Just like this, all right? And it comes with a 3/8 to 1/4, or a 3/8 to I think it's 1/4 inch, you know, like a screwdriver bit. And then it's got a 3/8 to 3/8. So you could put the 3/8 to 3/8 on here, put a socket on there, and then what you do is you're on this end, and let's say you've got, regardless, I'm just going to show you how it works. So as you spin one side, the other side spins, and it spins whatever direction. All right, so one of the biggest reasons I haven't been able to use this is by the time I put this on there, and put this on there, and put a socket, it's sticking out this far. Well, now I actually have these stubby 3/8 sockets, so that this will actually maybe come in handy more than it did before, because I never could use it because it stuck out so far. But what it worked great for was this. Oh my God. Which I fell off. What it worked great for is this. So I took this and I put a Phillips in there like that. All right. And so here I am, I'm here and I'm trying to push it up and I can't quite hold it. I mean, this was the biggest, I actually came up with a pretty good system in the end, but just letting you know, sometimes you got to do some weird stuff to make it work. So the problem is I couldn't hold it over to put pressure on the screw and tighten this down. And so then I had a ratchet on here and I'm trying to do it. It's not working. The ratchet, it's just not ratcheting. I'm just really frustrated. And so then, oh, and I also tried even my little tiny snap-on, you know, even my little tiny snap-on bit. And nothing's working. So finally, the other thing I didn't show you is, so the final product, what I ended up doing, I end up taking a pair of ice grips and I end up putting it like this, all right? So here I am, it's under the dash like this. I'm holding, because I'm like this, and this is all I can move my hands, that's it. So I came across another tool I've never used before. I have these two little spinners, little handheld, wobble around, orbital, 1/4 drive, and orbital 3/8 drive. I have had these for 10 years or 12 years. Never used them one time. I actually just took them out of my cart recently when I put drawer liner in there. So I took this 1/4 drive, I took the 3/8 drive, and here I am holding it like this, and I was able to turn this until I tightened the screw all the way down. And when I got done, like, it tightened it all the way and the screw was tight. So, I mean, a pair of vice grips, a little handheld orbital thing, and a tight reach wrench extender did the trick, and it worked. So now I know for blend door actuators, anything under a dash, this is the way to go. Especially if you have little tiny short bits. Sometimes, I mean, look at that. That's not very big. And you can get that into a lot of places. And then now, with this, it's even better. I mean, look at that. So there you go. Get yourself some little orbital hand things and a tight reach for blend door actuators or things under the dash. And then some stubby CAPRI 3/8 drive sockets, and you can put it on there. I'm hoping to get something where that works, and I can try that out pretty soon and show you guys what that looks like. So, thanks for watching this video on random tools that work. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you're definitely going to want to see. Also, check me out on Instagram at Nuts and Bolts with Tone for my daily life as a mechanic. And you can see all kinds of random little rants that I have, new tools that I use, frustrations, just whatever. Leave a comment down below. Also, check out my merchandise store where you can get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a coffee cup, and support Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.